to Agastya International Foundation's campus in rural Chittoor district in Andhra Pradesh on the border of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. One of Agastya's core aims is to stimulate, educate and inspire children, teachers and the public at large about the need to act responsibly towards the environment. At Agastya, we believe that one of the most creative acts that a human being can perform is to live in harmony with nature. This piece of land, which was an arid piece of earth 4 years ago when we started, is being transformed into what might one day become an ecological wonder. The chief architect of this transformation is the famous ecologist, Dr. Yellappa Reddy. Let's listen to Dr. Yellappa Reddy as he speaks to Mr. Chandramouli. It is an inspiring story, one from which I'm sure we can all learn a great deal.
Dr. Reddy, I was here 3 years ago. At that time, the entire stretch of this land was very barren. But today I'm here and I'm surprised looking at the greenery here. I'm sure you must have been behind this. And what was the vision you had and how did you transform this entire stretch of land into such a green piece today?
See, last 2 years, this entire zone experienced a severe drought. When I came 3 years back, then I looked at the entire landscape here. It is a Eastern Ghats segment, and Eastern Ghats of India is exposed for very severe biotic interference of hacking, grazing, cutting, destruction, and this area supporting very rich forest, though it is a scrub forest or a moist deciduous forest, about say 2-3 years, about 2 centuries back. But gradually the human interference, man started entering and cutting and grazing, browsing, setting fire. All these things, started affecting, and the topsoil have been washed off. Whatever we look at the other side of the
other stretch I find is very barren.
Because we have lost more than about 2 to 3 feet depth of very fertile soil.
Okay.
In a country like India, we are losing around 6,000 million tons of topsoil. So nature takes around 500 years to synthesize 1 centimeter of a soil. 600 years.
600 years.
So efforts of 600 years to synthesize a fertile soil of 1 centimeter, within no time we will destroy. So this area also, when I visited, I thought it is a challenge for me to restore, revive and regenerate this degraded land. Then I went round and saw the entire thing and analyzed very carefully, identified the nature of stresses the area has been exposed for. Then I interacted with the local people. What was the ecological status of this land about 3-4 decades back? So when I inquired and I explored, then they told me, sir, this area was quite a moderate forest, scrub forest and a dry deciduous forest. It was providing all kinds of resources, including medicinal plants, and also there was a perennial stream here, and there was no scarcity of drinking water for our cattle. But now the water is gone, everything is gone, and the area has become barren. Then I probed into the reasons for that. Then they told me, sir, this Kolar gold mine activity came here. Then the demand for the fuel wood and other things started. Then people started hacking and supplying the wood, etc., to the urban area, urban centers. Charcoal, then milk and overgrazing, and within a span of about 2-3 decades, whole area has become completely barren and de-skinned.
Sir, water has been a very big resource. In fact, it was predicted years ago, maybe 25 years ago, that the next world war would be fought only for water. Now, throughout the world, we have seen that there is clamor for water, there is scarcity of water, and people are fighting for water, and it has become a very scarce resource now. And I am told that the scarcity is mostly because of our own mismanagement, because we don't know how to conserve water. This is an excellent ecosystem that I have seen here, and I am sure as an environmentalist you must have done some trappings for water. Some kind of a mechanism you must have evolved whereby you can conserve water, not a single drop is wasted. Can you just throw some light about water?
Now you take this ecosystem. This ecosystem receives rainfall of 600 to 1200 millimeters. It has been, if you look at the rainfall data, the data varies from 600, 800, 1200. Or again with the 600, 800, 1002. It is sequence. So that means the 600 millimeters of rainfall means 2 acre foot. 1 acre foot of water, 1 acre foot with 12 inches. Water means 1.2 million liters.
My God.
1 acre of a land, 1 acre foot, that is 12 inches, 250 millimeters means 1.2 million liters of water. So when that much of water then the land receives, land should have all the ingredients to retain on this site, and we have to use only the dynamic water, not the static water. So we started using technology, we started using the static water also. With the result, the water have been excess used and the water consuming crops have been promoted, hybrid varieties, more fertilizer inputs, and we have propagated only the water consuming species. Most of these xeric species, they require very little water, and maximum production. So we have to evolve a technology wherever we have used excess water, the soil has become saline and alkaline. In most of the areas, whenever we use excess water, and though agriculture consumes 70% of the water, and by using excess water, by adding more fertilizers, more pesticides, the soil has become completely useless. So soil, Mother Earth is suffering from the disease, that is AIDS disease today. We are responsible for that. It is not only the disease found in the human bodies, it is also the Mother Earth also, we have made her to suffer from the AIDS disease. So we have to evolve a technology of harnessing on the site, and also develop technologies to give a soil mulch. As I explained in the earlier this thing, when you expose the Mother Earth to the sun god, evaporation will take place. So the temperature of the Mother Earth will be 8 to 10 degrees higher. Then there is no scope for any vegetation to establish. So if you have a leaf mulch, every plant generates almost its own body weight leaf meal and leaf mulch to give a covering to the Mother Earth, to conserve that. So you have to use this technology, conserve every drop of water, facilitate Mother Earth to develop. So with proper management, using only the dynamic water and evolve protocols for drought resistant species, give only the survival water. Mother Earth needs not excess water, only just optimum quantity of the water. The moment you give more water, then it is susceptible for all kinds of other problems.
Sir, what is your advice for conserving water? Because years ago, 10 years ago, when somebody said, a day will come when you will pay 10 rupees or 15 rupees for 1 glass of water. Everybody laughed at that time. I was one among them who laughed at that idea. But today we are paying 10 rupees for 1 liter of water. I think all these things have happened, have resulted because of our cruelty with nature.
Very correct. See, what happened, everybody was drinking water in the open, in a river, without any inhibition, without any problem. As tirtha, as not as a water. River water has been treated as a tirtha, and they used to drink. Today,
You can't.
Nobody can even touch that water.
And nobody wants to take a bath also.
Bath
it's so
also,
dirty.
because of the pollution. Pollution and polluting the river bodies, polluting the underground water, polluting the river water has made us to buy the water. And the moment you take care of the pollutants which are contaminating the water, and you are not disposing all your city waste properly or village waste properly, sanitary watershed management has not been imposed. And every village they used to take care of, they used to build kalyanis like this and diverted the water to a kalyani, and kalyani have been very well protected, and they used to go there and drink that water. So when rainwater, when it falls on the mother earth, the first contact of every drop of water is coming contact with the mother earth. As soon as it comes in contact with the mother earth should have ability to receive, store and to discharge as a after filtering.
1 acre of land can conserve about 1.2 million liters of water, and this is a vast expanse, this Agastya foundation, and you must be recharging the groundwater here because of the trappings that you have done.
Excellent. You see, what we have done in every valley, we have identified every valley, and also we have identified the water supply catchments. So in the water supply catchment we have incorporated physical interventions of saucers, contour furrows, contour trenches, and the wide arms to trap that water at regular interval. So hardly about 10% of the water only will flow out of this thing, and most of it should go underground. That is subsurface flow. We have made some sort of a facility here for underground flow. We are going to have immediately in each watershed subsurface flow mechanisms, physical interventions. So thereby we will trap the water, make them to go into the underground layers, then start moving. Then in the valleys we have put physical interventions of check dams, and that water also will seep inside. No, not even a single drop should go out of the site.
In that case, suppose this area gets 2 good rains or 3 good rains, do you think that there will be enough water underground?
Evapotranspiration will be there. Evaporation will be there. You cannot totally eliminate. So the 30% of the water out of 1.3 million liters, 30% will go as evaporation. Another 40% will go as evapotranspiration. Another 20 to 25% will go as a capital. Water capital.
In that case, suppose it rains 5 times, good rains 5 times, that should be enough.
You are building up water table, water bank. In the underground water it will be available. Whenever you require, you tap it. You tap it. So like that, you know, we have identified here about 20 to 25 ecotones, and each ecotone we have given a different distinct treatment. Each hydric zone we have identified what is the flow from top to bottom. So top, when water receives, when it should hold enough water, then as it comes down a hydric zone, then the zone where water bank to be built up. So in the top of the range it is difficult to build up the water bank. So in the valley we can have series of water banks and swamps, wetlands. The wetlands, swamps and the underground recharging mechanism in the valley has been built up. So these water bodies, these wetlands and these water bodies will be maintaining the hydric zones, hydric levels.
In the long run, maybe it is also going to benefit the villagers here.
Definitely, and they can come and see. There was no water here, now the water is available. Within about 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet. Maybe within another 5 years, we may draw water within 20-25 feet in open well, without much of an expenditure on power or pump set, etc. And you can have animal power to draw water, not the deep pump sets. So you need about 5 times the energy. So that sort of a thing, it was existing. Within 20-25 feet they can strike water.
I think I would like to infer from what you have said that there are solutions within the nature.
See, Rajendra Singhji, Tarun Bharati, in 200 millimeters rainfall area, he has shown, he has given an answer to the whole country. And Anna Hazare, also is given this thing has been answered. The technologies is very much there. Even in Rajasthan, once in 5 years they used to get good rain, and they know the technology of storing that water and using that water.
So it is said that a mother can take care of 10 children, but 10 children cannot take care of mother. We don't say Father Earth, we always say Mother Earth. Yes. What is the semblance between mother and the earth?
See, this is a very interesting question. Yeah. See, the Mother Earth, the term Mother Earth, she alone can provide. So if you look at any Indian goddess, any Indian goddess, they depicted the breast, very well projected. That is a depiction. The Mother Earth can provide you ambrosia. So the mother alone can provide that. Then the Mother Earth, right from the womb, the umbilical connection starts.
Can you relate it to the nature, sir? Umbilical
Definitely, umbilical connection, Mother Earth, starting from atmosphere to the even stratosphere to the atmosphere to the breathable area to the the nanosphere, biosphere to the lithosphere, and hydrosphere. All these linkages, it is only the Mother Earth can provide stability. Gradually the water molecules has to be released to the ambient air. Then only it becomes a breathable area. There is a difference between atmosphere and a breathable area. Breathable area is only 1 kilometer. Though atmosphere altitude is about 15 kilometers, breathable area is only 1 kilometer. That means in the breathable area there should be always enough moisture. Then only the birds, the animals, human beings can survive. The moment moisture level comes down, desiccation takes place. Then that is one of the umbilical link. So all living creatures has to get the the flame of the life. That is the breathable air quality.
Now I would like to ask you another question. I am told that like the human body has several layers of skin, even the Mother Earth has several layers. Do you think that we have derobed Mother Earth of all these layers she has?
Very much, very much. Today the Mother Earth has been exposed to the direct effect of the sun. Thereby the temperature of the Mother Earth today has increased about 8 to 10 degrees higher. If the Mother Earth without this vegetation, it is exposed, and there are minerals inside. There is aluminum, there is iron, there is silicates. So when it is exposed, the temperature of the Mother Earth will be 8 to 10 degrees higher than the ambient temperature. If there is a tree, if there is a vegetation, if there is a shrub, and if there is a gross layer like this, then the Mother Earth is not been exposed. So this is the very productive layer. So here there are this one. Productive layer in the sense there are grasses, there are legumes. You see in 1 meter, you can easily locate about 8 to 10 different species in the natural ecosystem. And it is impossible for man to imitate this natural ecosystem in any of the man-made ecosystems. So in a natural ecosystem, in 1 meter by 1 meter, you can easily list out around 4 to 5 legumes, 3 to 4 cereals, so like that. So this skin of the Mother Earth is a very important component.
This is the topmost layer.
And this layer is important for all living creatures and protects the Mother Earth from the onslaught of the sun. In a tropical country where the 320 days of a year is exposed for sun god, hardly we will have about 10 to 20 cloudy days and 10 to 20 rainy days. For instance, this locality, this arid zone experiences very short spell of rainfall and a long spell of dry season. So this short spell, the Mother Earth should have the ability to capture every drop of water
and sustain it for the rest of the
year. That is the beauty. That is the beauty. For instance, now you can see this climber. This is what they call in scientific terms lianas. In a tropical ecosystem, there will be about 13 to 14% of the lianas. They will play a very important role of generating a huge quantity of the biomass, about 3 times its body weight biomass, and it will enrich the Mother Earth and protects the Mother Earth as a mulch material and as a meal material, meal to the all living organism in the soil. So these layers, and there will be humus layer, there will be another layer of partially decomposed layer, and it becomes a spongy material, much more than human skin. So when you scrape and when you remove it, the rainfall water, when it falls, it just gallops. So there is a difference between crawling, running and galloping. So the galloping means when in a torrential rain, this area receives about 70% of the rainfall in 5 days. So 5 days, 70% of the rainfall means you should have a spongy shock absorbers, trapping system, natural trapping system to trap every drop of water. That trapping mechanism can be only vegetation can provide. If there is a tree canopy, when it falls, that velocity of the rain drop will reduce considerably. Then it flows through the canopy, then it comes through the trunk and gets into the surface, and in the surface there is enough spongy material, cotton like material, and it absorbs, sucks, and when it sucks there are several living organisms in the underground, that is starting from bacteria, algae, fungi and burrower animals, millipedes, centipedes and rodents, rats, all this set of especially ants, white ants and earthworms, all of them will provide a media to trap every drop of rainwater.
So that brings me to the question, what have you done here to trap the entire thing in this particular
area, in this Agastya here, we have made a very gentle interventions, deliberately. Suppose if we drastically change the landscape, and then it will change the survival mechanism. So already in the womb of the Mother Earth, there were several things hidden things are there, hidden living organisms are there. Because of the drastic destruction, they are unable to come up. Now we have made a very gentle manipulation of making contrivances, soil, the land contours, and semicircular moon-shaped circulars at regular interval. So when water falls, every saucer can hold around 80 to 90, 100 liters at a time. So in an hectare, we have opened around 40 to 50 to 60, depending upon the slope, depending upon the water flow. Water flow catchment have been calculated roughly how much water flows. Roughly what is the capacity of the this thing, very rough this thing. It is because laborers has to execute the work. So we have calculated that this thing at regular interval. We have opened the contour trap pits, mini reservoirs. So each mini reservoir will trap at a time around 100 to 150 to 200 liters of water. So that water there at regular interval for 40 feet, 50 feet apart will provide a mini reservoir. So that mini reservoir will hold and facilitate then the hidden vegetation, the root stock in the soil, in the womb of the Mother Earth will start sprouting.
Can I say that the ecological wealth that existed some decades ago, 4 decades or 5 decades ago, whatever had been lost has been restored now because of these interferences?
It is slowly restoring because it has suffered. It has suffered a maximum stress of destruction. So now we have to give an opportunity to the Mother Earth or the nature to express its own glory, a hidden glory. It needs time to heal its wound. A deep wound has been caused there. Entire topsoil was washing off. So this deep wound in the Mother Earth which we have caused has to be healed. Until and unless you give an opportunity for the Mother Earth to heal her deep wounds, it cannot express. So whatever hidden there, that small germ, genetic material has to come back. That callous material, the root stock at a very deep layer. You know the root system of such a ecosystem, the plants will go up to 30-40 feet deep. 40 feet deep. The moisture is to go up to that level to trigger that life. Triggering of life is something,
Dr. Reddy, from what you have said, I can see that there is a lot of cultural influence, and you said that we have heard the Mother Nature. That sense of sinning is in you. Is it because of the culture, that we have grown up, that we are exposed to, that makes you feel that we are sinners so far as nature is concerned?
Definitely. See, fortunately or unfortunately, we have been influenced by the Western technologies, Western culture. For instance, now the Britishers came here and started mining, and the impact on that is not just mining area. The impact is about 100 kilometers all around. The impact of mining has destroyed about 100 kilometers. 100 kilometers, the landscape all round we have to sacrifice, we have destroyed. So this destruction because of the consumption, huge consumption of the fuel wood, the charcoal, for their comfort, for their living standards, they need much more than what the nature can provide. So the people, for their livelihood, they have started destroying it because there is an opportunity, there is a market facility there. So this anthropocentric, the human-oriented, man-oriented culture, it is not there in our culture. It is more of an ecocentric. We worship everything, starting from a stone to the earth, to a tree, to a leaf, to a climber, to everything. Everything what God has created, we worship, we respect. That reverence, that divine personality gene still is there in us.